Resorts World. There's a shuttle bus. It took about 5 minutes. And there's the sign there. And it's right by the Regency Hotel, Hyatt. And it took about an hour to get there. They want me to tag and share this floral display. See? And took an escalator up from the drop-off area. And there's an entrance to get in the casino where they check your IDs. Where is it? Right there. So anyway, later. Also, there is a sugar factory. Looks interesting. Popeyes looks closed. Home closed. Soda. Burgers. Fortune cookie. This is the Chinese section. We finally made it to Empire City Casino. Whoops, let me get out of the way. In order for me to get here, I had to, for public transit, I had to take subway and then a bus. And the bus, they don't use the Omni, so you have to use MetroCard, which I read about online. Glad I noticed it. So anyway, let me just do another shot of it. Right there. Okay, and I'll try the food court since I think there's a discount still before 6. This is a crispy chicken sandwich. As you can see, it was $8.95. And there's a soda that was $2.75. And I had a discount of 25% off because it's Monday to Thursdays. I think it's from 3 to 6. So there you go. That's what it looks like, the big kitchen. The food, okay, so the bread is kind of stale. So I don't really recommend the bread. And soda. That was ginger ale. Hello everyone. As you can see, I went to both MGM's Empire City Yonkers and Resorts World New York City. Both of them I tried the food court in. I forgot to record the Resorts World's burger I had there. But you can see both of them, the food courts were not that great. Actually, the MGM, the burger, the turkey burger, chicken burger, whatever it was like barely edible. Only the protein was edible. The bread was stale. The lettuce was like industrial lettuce, and the tomato was terrible, and it was unedible. At least Resorts World, it was okay. In terms of like chains, Resorts World had It's Sugar, as well as there was a Starbucks, not in It's Sugar, and Starbucks was not by the food court. It's Sugar was right when you walk in. Starbucks was on the second floor by other arcades. Not arcades. It looks like arcades. They're all the slot machines, by slot machines. And then there was also a restaurant somewhere on the second floor, which I didn't notice. Then the food court and the Chinese place was right next to the food court. And it was, as you saw, Popeyes was closed. That was unusual. I don't know what that's about. Could be that just not enough workers that day. Maybe they're closed certain days of the week. I really don't know. And then, so that was Resorts World. And then Empire City, they had the food court. There was also a bar somewhere else as well. And I believe a restaurant. And I think the restaurant had a second floor to it. I can't really recall, but I believe so. In terms of slot machines, there's definitely a lot more slot machines at Resorts World. In terms of table games, both of them are electronic. There's no live table games, which is kind of weird. That's just New York City laws right now, or New York State law, or city laws. Yonkers and New York City. I think table games are live in upstate, possibly. I could be wrong. At least it wasn't a while ago, but I think it changed recently. And in terms of commuting, it's so much easier to get to the Hyatt one. I said Hyatt because there is a Hyatt at Resorts World. It's by JFK. They built a Hyatt hotel recently, whereas Empire City, there is no hotel, at least not on property. So it's closer, and there's a hotel at the Resorts World. To get to Resorts World, I only had to take the subway, and then there was an optional bus that waits right by the subway. Because when you go there from the city, you have to take the one that's further away in the parking lot, the stop that's further away. Going back, I'm able to take a stop closer so I can walk. Well, you could walk either one. It's just that much closer in the parking lot going back. So it's even easier and less likely that you'd want to take the shuttle. Shuttle bus. It's a free shuttle bus. Whereas if you're going to Empire, there's no free shuttle bus. There's a bus. You take the subway to somewhere in the Bronx, and then there's a shuttle bus, a Beeline bus it's called. And it doesn't take the Omni card. You have to use the older subway card, the Metro card, which is a bit weird since I thought everywhere took Omni in New York City, but apparently you get the shuttle bus on the Bronx, the Beeline bus rather, in the Bronx, and it takes you to Empire City. But you gotta remember to get off at Empire City, otherwise it'll keep going. This is just like, part of the line. And then on the way back, you got to cross the highway. Well, it's not much of a highway, but still, there is a light, but you just wait for the light. Otherwise, you can get run over because the cars whiz by real quick over there. So you don't want to be roadkill. But that's an added step. You got to take a bus, and you gotta make sure you get off at the right stop. You don't want to miss your stop, and I don't know where you'd end up in Yonkers if you do. But it's the same price because it's a free transfer, but you have to have the Metro card. Whereas the other one, it's just, you just take the subway and you're right at the parking lot. But you gotta remember to get off at the right stop. And also, it's the A train, which the A train splits into 3 different lines, so you gotta make sure you're on the correct the one that goes that goes there, because you don't want to end up somewhere else and have to go back and then transfer again, and it's a big headache. So you want to make sure you go to the right place. And let's see, we covered the transportation, we covered the lodging. We covered the food. The MGM program has a nicer program because you get points with the MyVegas. Well, MyVegas app is separate. The MyVegas app, you could collect points for playing online and then redeem them for like hotel stays. But there is no hotel stay on property, so that doesn't really work for that particular property. So it's kind of a moot point with that. But there is an MGM credit card I don't have. That one actually earns you points for the MGA actual program, whereas the MyVegas apps, Play Studios, that you earn points playing games online, those are not really part of the rewards. It's a separate network that works with MGM as a partner to redeem points for like stuff like Bellagio in Vegas, or Borgata in Atlantic City, and other places throughout the country. But there is no option for Empire City, so that's a moot point. But there is the the MGM credit card, which gives you points that help your spend at the MGM properties. Also, the food court at MGM, even though it's terrible food, you can earn points using your card there, your player's card there. Whereas Resorts World, they don't really sync with the food purchases, which that's kind of annoying, you know? It's like you should be able to earn points through stuff non-gambling. And there is no Resorts World credit card, but it's closer to get to Resorts World. The place is lit up nicer. You know, you don't need almost a flashlight to see to get around like Empire City. It's so dark in there. It's like a club. But there's more games at Resorts World. The slot machines, there's just more of them. There's like it's huge. There's 2 floors. You can get lost in there. So even though I don't like the whole system that Resorts World has, also the player's card, I don't like how in order to get the free play that they give you when you sign up, you got to use your cell phone and Bluetooth, print out a voucher. It's crazy. Whereas MGM, if they give you free credit, you just go to the machine that they have and print out a voucher. You don't need this connect your cell phone and Bluetooth. But that's just how it works. But with all the negatives that I find Resorts World has, between the two, Resorts World and MGM Empire City, I think Resorts World's better. I hate to say it. It's slightly better. And heck, they even have a Starbucks. But that's not why you went there. But it's slightly better. But really, you're better off going to Atlantic City or Vegas, I think. That's the real truth of it. But if you had to choose one and you want to go to the casino, Resorts World is the better of the two. Thank you. Please keep watching, and also hit the subscribe, notification bell, and watch other playlists.